Hi, I'm Sergio.
And I am Manuela.
We live in Colombia, and together we have created the YouTube channel La Moonareta, where you can find our videos celebrating travel, freedom, motorcycles, and of course, coffee.
Welcome to the Real Riders Podcast, a podcast about filmmaking motorcyclists and motorcycling filmmakers. My name's Simon Josie, and thank you for listening. I'm not 100% certain, but I think we can thank the Instagram algorithm for today's guests, Manuela and Sergio, better known as La Moonareta on both YouTube and Instagram. Some weeks ago, the algorithm threw them into my Instagram feed, and I was immediately taken with the quality of their short video productions, and also intrigued when I noticed that they had Colombian license plates. Somewhat brazenly, I reached out to them, asking if they were interested in coming on the podcast. To my delight, they responded enthusiastically. We'll get to my conversation with them shortly. For those of you interested in the motorcycle film festival circuit, the 8th Lisbon Motorcycle Film Fest will be held on the 10th, 11th and 12th of May this year. Submissions for this year's festival closed on the 10th of March. For more information, you can go to their website, just search for the Lisbon Motorcycle Film Fest. The 8th annual TMFF Motorcycle Film Festival is also happening later this year. It's based in Toronto, but with events held across Canada and the world. This year's event in Toronto will be held between the 26th and the 28th of September. Submissions need to be in by the 31st of July at the latest. However, there's a discounted submission fee if you get your film in by the 30th of June. You can find all the details about the festival at their website. Just search for TMFF. A couple of quick updates in areas relevant to past episodes, guests, and my current podcast listening. The Trail and Adventure Motorbike podcast have published their 100th episode in 2 parts, with the main guest of honour being Australian Adam Riemann. You should definitely listen if you're not already subscribed. Lots of filmmaking discussion was had. Off she goes, Runa Grudeland has completed her New Zealand trip, and so we can soon expect to see new video content popping up on her YouTube channel. It looks like the long Norwegian winter is thawing, and Thomas Hansen is coming out of hibernation. You may have noticed he's been pretty active on Instagram lately. Meanwhile, Britain has been struggling to drag itself out of winter, with Matt McFadden from Classic Rides battling wet conditions whilst moto camping. And last but not least, the first episode of Nick Jacobs' second series, Escaping the Cold, has now dropped. If you enjoyed his first series, and I certainly did, The Off-Road to Monaco, get yourselves along to his Project Biker YouTube channel. As always, if you have the time and inclination, please consider rating or liking the Real Riders podcast in your favourite podcast app or on YouTube. This will help other listeners find the podcast. The podcast has accounts on multiple social media channels, and I generally only post to them whenever new episodes of the podcast drop. Please feel free to repost, reskeet, and retweet to help get the word out there about the podcast. A list of the Real Riders socials can be found in the episode notes. Righto then, let's get to my talk with Manuela and Sergio. Hi, Manuela and Sergio. Welcome to the podcast, and thanks for being part of today's episode. How are you both?
Very good, thank you.
Thank you, Simon. Very good.
That's great. I guess the most important question is, did you get to go motorcycling this past weekend?
Yes, we did. Travel to a city next to us because now I am ready for more long roads.
Great. So, look, I can't remember how I discovered La Moonareta. I think it was on Instagram. And after seeing what you had posted there, I went looking for your YouTube channel, and I was immediately impressed with your content, and I wanted to learn more about you and your motivations for creating motorcycle-based content. production quality of your videos, it was immediately obvious to me that it was very high. And my first thought was, are these guys being paid by the Colombian Tourism Department or by Ducati Colombia or maybe Fuel Motorcycles? So, I know absolutely nothing about you and I have lots of questions. So maybe we can start with, whereabouts in Colombia are you?
We are in a small town in center of Colombia, in the coffee land. So that's why we love coffee, because it's very near to us. And we live also near many mountains and roads and rivers. So that's why all of our videos are about coffee, mountains, rivers, forest, nature in general.
So would you describe that area as being good for motorcycling?
Yes, very good for motorcycling. The roads are very good. The landscapes are amazing.
And what about the traffic situation? Is the traffic heavy or not too bad?
Not in the city. Our city is so small and the traffic is so good. It's not a problem to go out and ride.
I often watch your videos and I think, I can't see any other cars. Did you stop all the other cars just for your filming? It's amazing.
Yes.
Tell me, what's the meaning of the name of your YouTube channel, La Moonareta?
We started with this project on 2019, and it was supposed to be an Instagram profile, and then it started growing. So we keep it La Moonareta, but La Moonareta was a brand
Of all bicycles.
So we changed it for two O's.
Moonareta. Moonareta is a brand of bicycles and is so retro.
Yeah, so we keep the same Moonareta but with two O's, so in the future we can register it as our own.
Okay, yeah, because I wanted to ask why the name had slightly changed, because I think in the first videos you published, it had just one O,
Yes.
and then later on it had the two O's. Okay, so that explains it. That's clear. Is La Moonareta, is that your only YouTube channel?
Yes.
Yes, I have another YouTube channel. In this YouTube channel, I just upload work.
Mm-hmm. But it's like private.
Yes,
not...
it's not public.
Mm-hmm.
Not public, right. Okay, so that sort of leads to my next question. Do either of you have any formal training in filmmaking or in videography?
Yes, I have a company here in Colombia called Follow Videos with a friend, and we learn all about photography and video. And in this moment, we work with any brands here in Colombia, and we have other brands, no so much, but other brands international.
And what kind of content are you making for your job? Is it like commercials or advertisements, that kind of thing?
Yes, advertisements, commercial. Our work is to show the work of other companies in a digital way.
Like for Instagram.
For Instagram, for YouTube,
TikTok.
Or for internal presentations.
Like when the president of a company wants to show something about to the other collaborators, they make that video. Like they recopilate the information and make that video.
And we do videos for the brands like Specialized, Ducati, things like that. But it is all commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And did you study to learn how to make films, or did you just teach yourselves how to do everything?
In the first time, I teach myself, but I studied in Argentina.
Video
post-production and audio post-production.
Okay. And how do you describe your strength, your strongest skill?
It's so difficult, but in this time, both, I think.
Both filming and post-production.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. I mean, that's kind of clear from the videos because you obviously have a very good eye for the shots, but then the post-production is also extremely professional. So yeah, I can understand that.
Thank you. And many times I am always behind the camera because I'm filming everything all the time.
Do you feel happier behind the camera than in
Yes.
front of the camera?
In front is so difficult,
Okay.
but we try to do it too.
Sure. I'm going to come back and talk a little bit about the videos, but let's talk about the motorcycles. So from the very recent videos that you've posted to YouTube, I see that you both ride. When did you start to ride?
Sergio started to ride many years ago. He learned when he was a little kid, but we reunited on 2019 because we were friends from high school, but then we became partners. And we started to ride together, and that's where La Moonareta began. And then last year he teach me how to ride a motorcycle, but only until this year I make like the whole process to get my license, buy the new bike, and now we are together driving each one the motorcycle.
Is it difficult to get the license in Colombia?
No.
Not really. You only need to go and pay like in an institute, and they teach you like
they
they teach you the basics of riding a motorcycle, and they give you the license, and that's it.
Okay.
But the real learning is in the streets, like riding every day.
Okay. And is there any restriction on how big the motorcycle is that you can buy to start with, or no restriction?
The license is for the motorcycle that you can get.
Okay.
So it is a problem here in Colombia because of that. Colombia have many accidents in motorcycles
Okay.
because the people don't learn with a good process to ride in the good way a motorcycle.
Right.
Here in Colombia, they still sell many motorcycles that have old technology, and they are very insecure. So they don't learn how to ride them right, and they just go and drive in high speed, and it's like we have many accidents, as Sergio just told you.
Right. So, what motorcycle or motorcycles do you currently have?
A Scrambler Ducati Next Generation, and I have a Royal Enfield Interceptor
650.
And the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. That's a very new bike, isn't it?
No.
It's new to you though, isn't it?
Yes. Like 2 months ago.
Like January.
Yes.
But the style is quite old. But for you, it's a new bike.
Yes.
New bike.
And the model of the bike is new too. It's 2021.
Oh, okay. Understand. And what do you like about those bikes? Are they well suited to Colombian conditions?
Yes. And they go with our style. We are very vintage, very
Old style, and
like
if
old
you
style.
if you see our cameras are old style too. The
Our
helmets, the clothes. That's because we use field motorcycles clothes.
Yeah. The whole look is a very specific vintage style of the older motorcycle. Yeah. So can you describe to me what motorcycling culture is like in Colombia? Is it mainly used as a form of transportation, or are there lots of recreational and sport riders like we find in Europe or North America?
Here in Colombia are many sport riders in motocross, in enduro, in high speed motorcycles. But here in Colombia is for transportation and for pleasure.
And what about what we call adventure riding, which is now very popular in Europe and North America? You know, people, I think even you have a friend who has a GS, yeah,
Yes,
a BMW GS. Is that also popular in Colombia?
Yes,
very.
very popular.
Like Sergio says, now the motorcycle culture is like growing. So besides, everyone has a motorcycle for transportation because it's very cheap. There is also like trips of enduro, for example, to La Guajira or Los Llanos, or adventure that is in the main roads, or vintage like us that is in main roads or off road. It's like a new culture and many ways of doing it.
And are there a lot of places to ride off road?
Yes,
Yes, Colombia have many off-road
roads.
roads.
We don't have many roads that are pavimented, and we still have many roads that are off road, and that's kind of like why many motorcyclists are coming to Colombia because the roads there are many off road roads inside the cities also.
Okay, understand. And maybe just the last question about motorcycling in Colombia. What motorcycle brands are the most popular?
Like in all the world, BMW. BMW, but now Ducati is very strong. KTM,
Royal Enfield
Royal Enfield is
is
so
growing.
yes, it's growing. It's so popular here because it's cheap than the others. In here in Colombia, we have all the brands, but the most popular are BMW and now Ducati is so strong.
Right. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the films that you make and that you post under La Moonareta on YouTube. When you first thought about the YouTube channel, what was your main concept? What were the themes that you wanted to concentrate on and convey to viewers?
We want to show people that riding a motorcycle doesn't require to like renounce to everything in your life, or that you have to take many days to ride a motorcycle. We go like to the river, have a coffee, and come back to work. In YouTube, there are many motorcycle people that we follow also, of course, but they resign to everything and go travel the world, but not everyone can do it. So we wanted to show that we enjoy a lot the motorcycle. It's like our main hobby, but we can do it in small periods of time, like once a day or twice a week, or have a long trip once a year, but don't resign to everything.
That's interesting because I have a question about the duration of your videos. So I think most of them are very short. Only two are longer than 5 minutes. So is that the reason why you made or make lots of quite short videos? You want to emphasize that you can have a motorcycle ride in the afternoon. It can just be a short thing. You don't have to go away for a week. Is it connected to that?
Yes and no.
Yes and no, but no, it's because
For YouTube, for long videos, it takes a lot of work to make them and a lot of work to edit them. So we prefer on making small videos, but that show everything we love, but in small like capsules.
If we think about YouTube, are you deliberately making them short also because you think the audience appreciates a short video?
no, it's because with one video, with one short video, we could eat in small pieces for Instagram. and it's short because it's so difficult to came back and edit for a long video. It costs a lot of time.
It's a lot of work, sure.
Yes.
Does that mean that in terms of your content, you're more focused on producing something mainly for Instagram rather than for YouTube?
Yes, many times for Instagram, many times for YouTube, but the videos that we do for YouTube, we cut in fragments for Instagram. And many times we just film for Instagram.
Okay, that's interesting. When I first started to study your videos, one of the things that I noticed immediately was, and this is on YouTube, many of the videos, if not all of them, have what I would call a quite distinctive tone. The yellow is quite emphasized. They're warm and they look summery. Was that a deliberate decision to do that?
Yes, Simon. We do our color in Final Cut Pro. We edit in Final Cut Pro, and we film in the same hours. We try to film in the same hours in the sunset or in the sunrise. That's because the color is like so
Warm.
so warm, and it looks the same in all the videos.
And I know that because you're so close to the equator, it's almost like always summer in Colombia. So I guess that look in sunset, it is all the same all year round, yeah?
Yes, we have a tropical weather, and is that because it looks the same every time in the year.
Sure. I know you went to Spain and made a lovely longer video. It's a lovely video.
Thank you.
Is that the only place outside of Colombia that you have made a video?
In motorcycle, yes.
Okay.
It was our honeymoon.
Aha. Okay. I could have guessed that actually. Yeah.
We hope in 2 years to go South America. So there will be many long videos ahead.
How far south do you want to go?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a big dream that we have.
Yeah, I can believe it. A lot of your videos take place in the mountains. Is there a reason for that?
We live like in the center of Colombia, but Colombia overall has many mountains. Our city is like in the bottom of many mountains.
The Cordillera de los Andes.
Cordillera de los Andes. So we have many mountains around us, and one of them is Nevado del Ruiz, which is a snowy mountain that's only half an hour from where we live. So that's why we go there that much, because near there is many small little towns, so they are very approachable. That's why.
And another component of your videos is the coffee. And sometimes I wonder whether you love motorcycling or whether you love yourselves or whether you love coffee the most. I can never quite work out what you love the most. Tell me about your love of coffee.
We grew with the culture of coffee, of course.
Yes, my father was a
Coffee farmer.
coffee farmer.
These past years, we have loved making coffee in different ways and teaching people like to drink good quality coffee, and Sergio now loves good quality coffee. So that's why our videos are focused on that, like go outside, drink a good cup of coffee, and come back and start working.
Does that mean that not everyone pays the same amount of attention to making coffee that you do?
No, here in Colombia, drink a very bad quality coffee.
Uh-huh.
But we produce the best quality coffee, but it's just for
Export.
export.
Okay.
So the company is buying the coffee to small farmers, and they sell it outside. And what we drink here in Colombia, it's the bad quality coffee. So many brands now are focused on leaving that good coffee for us here in Colombia.
Okay.
But to change the culture, it's very difficult.
And who taught you how to make coffee the right way?
Friends, and we worked with companies of in
Of
the industry
coffee.
of coffee in my company, and we learned things about coffee. And when you try a good coffee and you try a bad coffee, you start to drink a good coffee in this moment.
And you can't go back to drinking bad coffee.
No.
No, it's so
very
different.
Yeah. And often in your videos you go riding with friends. And I wanted to ask, how do your friends feel about the motorcycling films that you make?
Our friends know what is our intention when we ride a motorcycle. We try to film everything. We stop. We pass in front of the camera. We stop, but we require time, and we need to make several stops to film, and they don't bother. But most of the time, we like to drive in just us.
Mhm.
But when our friends ride with us,
They know
they know.
which is the plan.
And like many content makers out there, you also use a drone to get some lovely shots. Tell me, are there any regulations or restrictions about flying or filming with a drone in Colombia?
No, Simon, we don't have any restrictions, just beside the airports.
Right.
And we use a Mavic Mini Pro 4.
Oh, okay, nice.
It's a very good new drone, and it's so portable, and it have a lot of facilities to film without use the control.
Right.
They have
The follow me feature.
yes, they follow us, and they follow us in many ways, in the front, in the size. Yes, it's a very good drone, and it have a very good quality in video, the
Sure.
best quality.
Sure. And when you're flying it in the mountains, do you have any problem with the strong wind?
No, it's a very good drone, and it don't have problems with the wind, and with any obstacle, because it have a lot of sensors too.
Right, right. What plans do you have for the future in terms of the channel and the type of films that you want to make? Do you just want to keep making the same type of films, or do you have ambition to try something else?
As we told you, we want to go like South America. It's like the dream of every motorcycle person to go to Argentina, and we want to keep making the videos we love to make. But now that I have my own motorcycle
Like
bike, yeah, I think they will change a little bit. Like now there's the two of us in two different motorcycles, and no, just like keep doing what we know and encourage women to drive their own motorcycle.
yes, and yes, we try to improve the video quality and the video time, because we know that YouTube requires a long time of video, and if you want to grow up in YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't rush into making them longer. I like the fact that they're short and they tell the story in a very well edited and very distinct way. I like them. Sometimes longer is not necessarily better, you know. I think
Yeah.
I like what you're doing, and I understand if your main audience is on Instagram, there's some limitation on how long the video can be on Instagram. So yeah. Just a couple of final questions. As filmmakers yourselves, who have you taken inspiration from? Who do you feel has influenced you, and who would you encourage others to watch? Now, it doesn't just have to be motorcycle filmmakers. It can be any type of filmmakers, but yeah, I mean, who do you guys like to watch?
They are so many guys too and girls to do it so good, and we try to follow them. In photography, we love Goro Moto and the British Motorbiker way to do the things in photography. And in video, we have a friend that is in Sweden, I think. Yes, and is Johan Moto. They do very good videos. And I follow Peter McCannon. Is a good, for me, is the best filmmaker
that is right now.
Not a motorcycle rider, no, but he's a very good photographer and videographer. All the time we try to watch them and to watch new people to do good videos and good photography.
Like inspiration.
Yes.
And my final question: when you go out for a ride, does making a film about the ride, does it enhance or diminish the pleasure of that motorcycle ride?
For us, it's just part of who we are. Like, we can't leave our home
lives
without the camera. It's like going without our cell phone. It's just a part of who we are. I'm not a professional filmmaker, but Sergio has taught me. And it's just what we like driving a motorcycle. We also love making videos, taking photos, and it's not like a burden for us. It's just part of who we are.
Thanks so much for being my guests today, Manuela and Sergio. Apart from your YouTube channel, where else can people find you online?
In this moment in Instagram, Jejo y la Moonareta, and in TikTok, but it is now our strong page. YouTube, Instagram, and soon we will have our website.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
We are working on it.
Great. Okay. Thank you very much. Cheers.
No, thank you, Simon, for the invitation. We
are thrilled with this.
Yes, thank you so much.
It's an honor to be here.
Yes.